just kidding.
Let's get to the piece de resistance
of
of baseball movies.
This is the final fucking shit, baby. Here we go. You want to write it
Yeah,
on?
sure.
As legible as and big as possible. Okay, let's talk about this movie. So I hadn't never seen this before, but I've definitely seen the cover of it in movie stores.
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
I remember seeing it as a kid. It's got the baseball with the mohawk, so you know it's cool.
Wild Thing.
Wild Thing. We'll get to that in a bit. We'll talk about that part. Or parts.
We're talking about star power.
But
we're talking about baseball power.
Let's talk about the beginning of the movie. So the basic premise of this movie, it's sort of like Slapshot, but it's not exactly the same. The plots are a little
I'm glad
different.
you mentioned that.
I definitely got Slapshot vibes. And I remember you mentioning it last time.
It's very similar.
It is very similar.
There's a female owner who wants to relocate the team.
Yeah, it's a very similar plot. Although where I would say it's different is that this is more about Slapshot is more about like the violence of it, and this is less because there's not as much
wins.
This is about wins, and there isn't as much violence in baseball. So that makes
W's.
sense. I guess there'd be some. I'm sure there's been a baseball riot or something.
Oh, there's been lots of
like
brawls.
a few of those.
Oh yeah.
But the basic plot is I'm gonna mention this right now. Is the team is Cleveland Indians, and obviously that hasn't aged well. That there's been tons of talk and people trying to get these teams to change their name.
They have changed their name.
Did they? Or
Yeah.
because there's a few different ones, right? There's like the Blackhawks. Is that the hockey
Chicago,
one?
Chicago Blackhawks, yeah.
And then there's this one, and I think is there another one? Basketball one. Maybe?
I mean, my high school had one too. The Mohawks.
Yeah.
They're all over.
Yeah,
the
that's
place.
the thing. They're all over the place. And I always kind of thought that was weird, even before people started talking about this. Like, that's the one that's not. It's the only one that's not like an animal, other than like pirates sometimes and crusaders sometimes. If I'm missing it, but like
you got
even
the Pirates fighting Irish.
Even then,
there's hitmen. There's.
It's pretty weird. Anyway,
yeah.
I just want to mention that it's a product of the times. It's this way. I sort of tried to overlook this for the sake of the comedy in the film. There's a lot of sort of uncomfortable bits, the people wearing headdresses and stuff, because you know that's not generally okay. But I'm sure that's not like you said. What did they change their name to? Do you know?
The Guardians, I think.
The Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah.
Okay, well it works for me.
It's pretty lame, but
I don't know. It has a similar amount of syllables. I feel like that's what they were going for.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm okay with it. It's not racist.
And it's
so
that's the thing. That's the main point. And even if they got the name politically correct, it would just sound awful. Then it's just not a good name. And it's been overused. Like,
yeah.
It's so many sports teams had that name. It's.
And that logo too is.
Yeah, the logo is clearly offensive. Get rid of that.
It's a caricature of First Nations people. Yeah. Anyway, we're moving on. Let's talk about the actual movie. I just wanted to mention that. I like this movie though. It's pretty funny. I think Slapshot's better, but I still think this is pretty good. Charlie Sheen is in this. Tom Berenger is in this. Wesley Snipes is in this.
Tom Berenger's arguably the main character, but they're...
Yeah, he has a sort of like...
He's got the rom-com timeline.
He's sort of like the Paul Newman character of it. But not as much focus as they focus on Paul Newman.
Because Paul Newman's a player coach and he's just a player.
He's just a player, but it's a similar, it's like the same love story.
If you watch Major League 2, they get Tom Berenger back to be the manager, but not a good movie. Pretty terrible movie.
Oh, another thing about this, Slapshot has titties. This sort of does, but not really.
No titties in this.
Well, the closest thing you get is the cardboard cutout of the owner.
Yeah. And
she used to be a showgirl, so they have a picture of her as a showgirl, I guess.
And she's not, she's not carrying double D's or anything. It's not
but
very graphic.
But they have the stars on the nipples, so it doesn't even count.
It's covering up a lot.
Doesn't even count.
That's what I'm saying.
So
just the pasties.
What I'm saying is points to Slapshot for boobs.
Gotta have boobs. It's a good movie.
Exactly.
Well, it's not necessarily, but it goes up
if it has boobs.
And Slapshot 2 has boobs too. So.
No, any movie, even if it's shitty, if it has boobs, it makes it an excellent film.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Whatever you say, Doug. This is your show, man.
I'm just fucking around.
I agree.
Yeah, Stevie's
Boobs
with
are
me.
great. I
Stevie's
mean,
with
come
me.
on.
So I'm gonna type it into Wikipedia.
But yeah, it's a Vegas showgirl owner. She wants to relocate the team to Miami, and it's funny there is a team now in Miami. They used to be
Yeah.
the Florida Marlins. They're now the Miami Marlins, and the team she hires the worst of the worst players to play for her team.
Yeah,
hoping they
I like
come in
the
dead
plot.
last.
I like the plot.
And the only reason I mention that is because of one of my favorite lines happens when one of the scouts sitting around the table goes, "This guy here is dead," and she just says, "Cross him off then."
Yeah. You know, there's a few good lines in it like that.
And
I liked the characters. Let's talk about the characters. I forget the guy's name, but the voodoo guy, what's his name?
Serrano,
He's
Pedro,
he's one of my favorite characters
Love
probably
him.
in the movie.
and he's the Allstate guy. I don't know
Very
if you know
funny.
that.
The Allstate, what does that mean?
Allstate commercials on TV.
What is Allstate?
It's an insurance company.
Oh,
in the
no, I don't
States.
know.
Insurance.
Yeah.
I don't have cable, so I don't see a lot of
The only reason I
commercials.
mention is because he looks so much different in this movie. He's bald and has a goatee, and Allstate
Oh,
guy is
okay.
clean shaven and has a head of hair.
I see.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, he's good in this. Like at the beginning when they introduced him, like the stipulation that he would have freedom of religion. Like, what's his religion? Voodoo. It's like,
And he's dressed in all
I
black.
think that's so awesome.
Fuck yeah.
I love this guy already.
He's got the most personality of any Major League Baseball player I've ever seen in my life. Like, he's got more personality than all the real baseball.
Yeah.
players.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
The way he talks to his
Broadway
bat.
of baseball.
He's got a very special relationship with his bat, Jobu.
Oh yeah, right. And it's like that one part where he's like, "If you don't do this to me, Jobu,
I say fuck
I say
you.
fuck you, Jobu." It's, yeah, I like
So
that.
good.
And there's a part where
Because he can't hit curveballs.
he wants to do a voodoo ceremony with a chicken. He needs a whole chicken, but
He wants a live chicken.
he wants a live chicken for one of the games. But Tom Berenger brings him a bucket of KFC, which I thought was pretty funny.
He's like, one whole
They're
chicken?
like, here you go, close enough. And he just sort of look at it like you can tell he's not too happy. It was good.
It worked,
So
though.
you
Good
jerk.
jokes. But yeah, exactly. But yeah, we said the
What did they
basic
say?
plot. Stevie, what'd you say?
Oh, I said bringing KFC instead of a live chicken. That was like the manager or something doing the delivery, right?
Tom Berenger?
Tom Berenger.
He's one of the players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who they got to deliver.
Okay. Well, if you're not gonna bring him what he's asking for, you're asking to lose the game.
Right.
It's voodoo.
But it
You don't
didn't work
with
like that. It actually worked, though.
But maybe that
Spoilers.
Maybe that was close. Maybe that chicken format was close enough, for the sake of the film.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Look, I was kind of messed up when I was watching this.
That's okay. That's a lot.
I remember vaguely some bits.
That's the best way to watch it.
Yeah, it feels like that sort of. It's a raunchy-ish comedy. Not as raunchy as Slapshot, because of the lack of titties.
Definitely.
But it's
not.
still pretty raunchy and like they swear a bunch and it's pretty funny. Dirty jokes.
Charlie Sheen and Wesley Snipes
Oh, yeah,
did a lot of their
before
own stunts.
I asked if the voodoo guy, if he's the Dennis Rodman of baseball.
I don't know anything.
I mean, yeah, probably that would make sense. I feel like Dennis Rodman
Okay.
has more personality, probably, but yeah.
Yeah.
And he's definitely got more piercings, so that adds. Serrano's just got, I think, maybe ear piercings. I don't know, but yeah, I'd say they're pretty equal. I don't know about Rodman's
All right, for
religious
purposes,
affiliations.
The voodoo baseball guy is the Dennis Rodman of baseball.
Absolutely, yes.
Let's say that.
All right.
Let's talk about Wesley Snipes. Because Wesley Snipes, I've never seen him play a character like this ever in anything. Maybe he has, but I haven't seen it before, and it was great.
Have you seen White Man Can't Jump?
Oh yeah,
White Man
But
Can't
I
Jump.
guess a little bit like that. But I thought this was a little more happy-go-lucky of a character than that
Right.
even.
Right.
But yeah, a little bit. Like he's a good. Wesley Snipes is a great actor.
For you.
Huh? What?
Oh, me?
Yeah, I thought you said something.
Oh, yeah. Have I got a movie for you?
Oh yeah, the one where Wesley Snipes is in drag with Patrick Swayze.
and John.
Yeah,
And John Leguizamo.
Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Leguizamo.
I can't say his last name.
John Leguizamo.
Leguizamo.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's close enough anyway.
Yeah.
Back to Wesley.
Back to Wesley Snipes. He does a great job in this role.
He actually wasn't even invited to camp, which is a funny scene. He just.
I maybe didn't catch that.
Oh, Willie Mays Hayes is
Right,
his
he was
name.
sleeping in the tent outside,
Oh,
waiting
He was sleeping in the bunks
the
with
store
the
to
team,
open.
and then they.
Right, and then
picked him
he's
up.
good at running. Give him a jersey.
Yeah,
I remember
they
that.
picked him up and took him out of the training facility, and he woke up outside, and he's like, "Shit, I've been cut already," which I always laugh at. And then they're doing 40-yard sprints, and he just hops over the fence, and he's barefoot, and he beats the two guys that started like 5 seconds before him. So, well, not 5 seconds, obviously, but they started a second before him, and he passes them, and they're like, "Get him a uniform."
Yeah, he's good at running.
Oh, and sorry, I gotta mention, the manager of the team was hired because he was managing he used to manage baseball, he's managing a tire shop, and I work at a tire shop, so I just love that part, when he's like, yeah, I got an offer for you to manage the Cleveland Indians. I don't know. I got a guy on the other line about a set of white walls. I'll call you back.
Yeah, exactly.
He would rather sell tires than manage the worst team in baseball.
At the time, yeah. Exactly. And is
Come
there
on, white walls.
any truth to this plot? Like the history, the baseball history?
No, this is a totally made up story.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, that seems real.
Yeah.
Just for the comedy.
Yes, and Charlie Sheen, I think Wesley Snipes did a lot of his own stunts. Stunts is just like swinging a bat and running. Charlie Sheen, though, did a lot of his own pitching, because he actually played minor league baseball. I don't know if you know that.
Wesley Snipes?
No, Charlie Sheen.
Oh, no, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so Charlie Sheen played minor league baseball and was a pitcher. And so it's not that far off that that's why he looks, and he actually looks good throwing pitches out there.
Yeah, no, he looks legit.
And when he was going all
He
crazy.
got pitches for his bitches.
When he was going all crazy on the Tiger Blood and doing those interviews and shit,
Oh, yeah.
I heard one of them, it was just an audio recording. I don't know if he was on Stern or some shit, but he was like, someone going to talk about Major League. He's like, "Oh yeah, I was throwing 200 pitches a day. I was throwing way more than the Major League." And I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
right. Winning, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure you were Tiger Blood and everything. But,
He's nuts.
yeah, there's definitely some great
You
scenes in
guys
this.
know what triggered that, right? He found out he was HIV positive.
Right, yeah, and then he just went crazy.
Yeah,
Off the deep end.
I didn't know
Little
that,
bit.
but
That's-
that makes sense.
Reacted to finding out he's sick.
Yeah.
That might happen.
People cope with things in different ways. He coped with Tiger
Yeah,
Blood.
and I'm not gonna say that I'm glad that this happened or haha Charlie Sheen, but
No.
watching that kind of a public meltdown was really educational. You know, if you see one of your bros just getting squirrely out of nowhere, right? Check in with him, see if he's okay.
It's true.
Absolutely. That's a good point, Stevie. But yeah, Charlie Sheen, say what you will about him. I think he's a good, in movies and stuff. I like watching him.
He's really good in this.
He sort of plays the same guy and everything.
In this, he's a little more edgy,
Yeah,
criminal-wise.
Yeah, I like the scenes where he's ripping off sleeves and he's wearing the mohawk or whatever.
He's got some type of haircut going on at the back, and
there's a scene near the
I like
beginning.
how he was devoted to being sleeveless. They were all wearing suits or something, and he ripped them off of that.
that was for their Capital One commercial.
For everything,
Yeah.
No,
lots of
American
scenes.
Express. Sorry, American Express
Yeah,
commercial.
they're American
They're all in
Express.
tuxedos
And he has his sleeves off. That's his thing.
and no hat. Everybody else pulls out a hat, and he just does the motion. He doesn't put a hat on. If you guys,
That's commitment. I love that.
So
He's
funny.
fashion.
I
Yeah.
love it.
But yeah, one scene I wanted to mention though is near the beginning when they're all in camp, and they're just getting settled, and Charlie Sheen's going in, and one of the guys, I forget exactly who, but the guy who Charlie Sheen later fucks his wife, that guy's bugging him or something, and
He's the veteran on the team, Dorn.
and Charlie Sheen just gives the really good look,
I'm gonna kick
like
your
this
ass.
smoldering,
Like,
badass.
don't fuck with me.
Punk boy look. I don't know. I really like that scene. I thought it was funny. This movie's pretty good. I liked it, and honestly, I think I rated Slapshot 2 though. I think I gave it a 7 or 7.5. I gave it an 8. This is not an 8. I'll give it a little. We'll talk about when we get there. But I just want to say that right now. Slapshot. I underrated it. 8 out of 10 for me. Bing bong bing.
Boom.
Anyways,
Right on.
I got the Major League Film Wikipedia here. There's a sequel to this movie. What do you think about the sequel?
Terrible. I did mention that earlier.
And
so
honestly,
bad.
I almost watched this on YouTube, and after watching the DVD you gave me, I think I realized the one that I was gonna watch, it was the sequel, I think.
Oh,
and
probably.
I didn't realize it,
Yeah.
so I would have watched the
Because
sequel.
Wesley
and not
Wesley
no.
Snipes got recast. He got recast in the
We
second
would
one.
have been watching Cannonball Run 2.
even, we would have been talking about different
Instead of
movies.
Rat Race.
Yeah, I watched Rat Race. I could talk about that now too, but we're not gonna do that.
It's been a long time.
If we want to do it next week, we could, because I just watched it. But I'm going on a podcast tomorrow to talk about Rat Race, other movie reviews,
Let
and
me
now
tell you
poaching.
about John
I'm
Lovitz.
just kidding.
I'm gonna try and find.
I love John
every,
Lovitz. He made me laugh at like almost every scene in that movie. I watched it last night. He's so
It's
good.
spectacular.
He's just such a good like bad dad.
Yes.
Anyway, Major League. Let's look at the Wikipedia. 'Cause
Renee
they got
Russo is
up
also
there.
in this.
She's
And
hot.
she's
She's in Lethal
hot.
Weapon
She's great.
4.
Yeah.
She is in this movie.
She's in Tin Cup with Kevin Costner, which I should make you watch also. It's a
okay.
golf. It's a
Oh,
golf
I
movie.
don't want to watch a golf movie. Stop giving me sports movies. I'm so done. Good. This is enough.
More sports
find-
movies.
I'll give a good rating of a sports movie. It's like, oh, you like that one? Let me give you 19 more sports
Yes.
movie recommendations.
You need to watch Summer
Yeah.
Catch.
No.
Another baseball
Just a
rom-com
sports
is coming.
movie, right? There's always something else going on, but you know, in order to sell this love story as a date movie, you got to throw something in there for the straight men's.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're like, why are we watching this?
Yeah.
Well, I'll speak it for myself anyway.
Well, this is a sort of a guy movie.
Like when I watched The Notebook, I'm like, why am I watching this?
A guy.
Why did you watch The Notebook?
Yeah, probably because I was chilling in the living room. My mom put it on. In all likelihood,
I've never seen The Notebook.
the beginning's not bad, and then it just goes on for too long. It's like,
Is that the one where that guy dies so his
Who's
best
it?
friend steps in?
No.
as-
no.
Who's in
Okay.
it?
It's Ryan Gosling and
Oh.
Rachel McAdams.
Oh, I don't give a
There's
shit.
a famous scene in the rain. Yeah, no, it's not good. I don't like it. But back to this movie, the love story I like between this, because Renee Russo is all hitched up with a guy and about to get engaged. When Tom Berenger comes back to town to play baseball.
Don't hate it, and some of the scenes are good, but I have mild issue with the romance between them.
Because he's kind of stalking her.
Yes, that is what the problem is for me. If that part, some of those parts haven't aged
Right
well.
off the bat, she's like, "No, we're not in contact.
and
Fuck
like-
off.
and
We're
like-
on a date."
And she even gives him like the wrong number, like take a hint, but no, he's like, why'd you give me a wrong number?
Why'd you give me a bum number?
Yeah, some of that.
Because leave me the fuck alone,
It
asshole.
seems a little dickish, but
It is.
it was a different
It was the
time,
80s.
and this would have been considered romantic in the 80s.
I don't know.
In movies, no, it would have because
Yeah.
I've seen a bunch of movies like that, and it's stupid that it was, but it was. People are starting to understand more that this is not how you act. Don't do this shit.
You don't have Snapchat locations type thing. You know what I mean? You can't just know where people are. You don't have the internet.
Yeah.
They don't have updates. They don't have selfies.
And he follows her home twice.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
the first time he follows her home leads
It's the wrong house.
leads to a fucking hilarious
Leads to a
scene.
great scene. I agree. I like that scene too.
And at the end,
He has to meet her.
he's like, I always thought I'd have
fiance.
kids and they'd grow up to be Olympic athletes. Oh yeah? What sport? 200 individual medley? Hey, Lynn, weren't you a Olympic medalist? Yeah. What event? The 200 individual medley.
Yeah.
And it was like so on the nose, and then when he's leaving, he's just like, stay away from her, and as they're shaking hands, suck my dick. I fucking love that shit.
Yeah. Classic comedy.
Fuck
He's
you,
not gonna
dude.
stay away.
No.
Yeah, but
And
really,
then-
she's saying, "Get the fuck away from me."
Okay,
and
but
he's
why does she
saying,
come
"Get
to the
fuck away
baseball
from
game?
her."
Why does she come to the game though?
Because they wrote them to get
Because
together.
he wouldn't. He
Come on.
But he wouldn't have followed her home the second time. He would have never followed her home again if she wasn't at the game.
Well, yeah, but they had to write that in so he wasn't
I know,
awful.
But no, he's not awful. Is what I'm saying. Because if they don't write her in at the game, he's not following her or trying to locate her.
But he
again.
was like the 3 scenes before that.
Yes, but then after that scene with that dude,
But still, that he instigated it. I still have a problem with it.
Are you defending incels, G-Bergs?
I'm
Do
asking
that?
I'm asking why she went to the game. That's what I'm asking. If she doesn't want to see him, 'cause
Well, she likes him because they wrote that into it.
she loves him. Like they get together at the end.
Well, yeah, no, that's the thing, but you know, I don't agree with it. You know what I mean?
Okay,
I don't-
you
I don't
wanna
agree
show
with
up
the
and look
first-
at athletes in their sexy little uniforms and shit.
I don't.
What's wrong with just liking baseball?
I can't defend the first following home, but the second following home I will defend
Well,
because
clearly-
she is at the game.
No, I see what you mean.
The way
Well,
she looks at him in the stands, they make eye contact,
No, I see
and then
what you
she's
mean.
like, "Oh, I'm gonna run away now," and he's like, "Get me the bullpen card." It leads to another funny scene, and then it leads. I mean, I don't know.
No, I see what you mean. Like the whole point is that they're supposed to be soulmates, even though he was a dick and he's learned now. But it's still dumb. He did some wrong things. That's all I'm saying, and I'm standing by that. But times were
Yeah,
different.
G-Bergs acknowledged that it started off sour.
Yeah,
Fine.
no, that's true.
And they have a great
We
scene.
disagree. I say throw out the entire man.
This is just a film conversation. I'm not mad at anything.
Oh, no, me neither. But
Doug, slap him for me. Fight, fight,
the,
fight.
the
Throw a
library
banana.
scene.
No,
The
we
library.
can't waste them. We need them. There's only 2 left.
They have a great library scene because he goes to her work, and then they're screaming, and they're supposed to be quiet because he's like, "Well, I had to defend your honor that he cheated on her because a girl said she had a better body than Rene Russo," and so it's like it doesn't make any sense, but it got
No.
to her, and then she's screaming in the library. She's like, "Oh, what a bunch of bullshit! I have a much better body." There's some great scenes in this. That's all I'm saying, but.
No, it's decently well written for like an 80s raunchy comedy. Technically 80s, almost 90s. But
And could you feel that passion when she was yelling at him?
yeah, no, the acting was
Why
decent.
are you yelling at him if you don't care about him? Why is there any passion at all? Because there's passion
No,
there.
I'm
That's why. Because there is passion there because Rene Russo still likes him and he could feel it then. He could feel it then.
No, I get what you're saying.
Slap Doug, G-Bergs.
I'm still
Right,
standing by
right.
what I said though. I don't think I need to reiterate myself.
No, yeah,
anymore.
me neither. I'm just
Uh,
trying to sell this for myself.
fair enough. I need myself to believe.
And I've been giving away too many lines from this movie, but I have to bring up one more because it's hilarious and I have to ask what you thought when
Yeah.
they're having the religious argument, because he's like, you should just accept
Right.
Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. Jesus, I like him very much, but he no help me hit curveball. And then he says, you saying Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball? And it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I kind of like those scenes because, like, you know, religion, people should be able to believe in whatever they want to believe. Voodoo, whatever, even though it's dark magic, if you want to do it, fucking do it.
And that's the ancient Christian pitcher on the team and like the right fielder who's
Yeah.
a voodoo guy. So it's like obviously the plain ass white
Bitch,
guy.
Jesus
And-
Christ invented baseball, okay?
Yeah, and even if you look at it from the perspective, oh, you know, you might be an atheist or whatever, or me personally, I'm agnostic, which is, I don't know what's real, we don't know what's real, but that's what agnostic basically
Is God real?
But if you look at this from the perspective of an atheist, you'd be like, oh, well, you know, none of this is all bullshit, but no, if they want to believe it, that's all that matters, and
The mind's a powerful thing.
yeah, exactly, and let them fucking do what they want to do. It's
They're
fine.
basically manifesting.
And
Right.
another thing is it's the
If
same
their
thing.
religion is wrong, then you're not being harmed by someone
them
else
do it.
practicing their
It's
own
the same.
religion. It's so dumb.
Yeah, it's good, and I like that they chose voodoo as that is good. I like that.
And they kind of showed that it works.
yeah,
Did you catch that?
Jibbo. Oh,
Very
because he
much
drank the
freaking out
rum.
white
Yeah.
people.
Well, as soon as they said that, like, it would be very bad to drink his rum. You know someone's gonna drink the rum, and something's gonna happen.
Yes.
And that's exactly what happened. I don't want to spoil anything, but something bad happens to someone for drinking
Yeah.
Jabobo's rum.
This team gets put through the ringer. They go through all kinds of ups and downs, and it's awesome. They start to turn it around. They're not the worst team in the league. but
Not last place. They started last place, and then at one point I like this
No, they're not
part
the Red Sox.
because at one point they don't know that the owner of the team has deliberately got them to lose.
to be the worst team.
They find that out, and then they
kick
then they
ass.
start winning and shit, and I kind of like that.
They're like, oh, nobody believes in us.
No one believes in that
we believe in ourselves.
because I like that in movies and in
Mighty
general
Ducks.
as a life philosophy that someone tells you can't do it, that gives you the fire, makes you
Breakfast
fucking want to
Club.
do it more. I've heard that kind of shit before in my life, and it just makes you want to do shit more. So yeah, I really like that.
Are we? We should talk about those box office numbers then.
Yeah, it did really well, obviously, because it was,
Star power.
It got a sequel to $11 million budget, which is, like, not crazy high.
To get merchandising rights and stuff
Yeah,
for all those trademarks.
that's pretty low, kind of, considering that. Actually, yeah.
It was 89 though.
Yeah, it was a different time. $75 million box office return. So it's quite good.
Out of the park, almost 7 times. They
You-
made almost 7 times the value
Yeah.
of that movie.
And honestly, I get it. Like, there's appeal, and especially, like, when it was made, you can see how it would have been a big hit. It's pretty funny. Baseball. People like baseball. People like comedy. Charlie Sheen. Wesley Snipes. Renee Rousseau.
Yes.
Tom Berenger. We've talked about all this stuff. But
And
it's the elements that make the movie great. And
it's the best part is they turn everybody else around too. They show workers at the baseball field talking about them at the beginning, at the middle, and at the end.
oh, yeah.
Did you like that? And then
I
they
did
show
like that.
construction workers,
I'm
and they
glad you
show guys
mentioned
at a
that.
coffee shop. And at the beginning,
Her
they're like,
team sucks.
these guys fucking suck. These guys are
Yeah.
fucking shitty.
I'm really glad you mentioned that because there's something about those scenes I wanted to mention. There's an actor that I recognize from those guys.
Scrubs.
This is janitor from
From
Scrubs.
Scrubs, yeah.
Yeah, I
And
was
he's-
like,
maybe-
yeah. when
I
saw
love
him.
he delivers a great line in this too. He's a construction
Who the
worker.
fuck are these guys?
Yeah, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah.
And then later on, he's like, maybe these guys ain't too fucking
These
bad.
guys aren't too fucking bad. I like that. He pops up in little roles every once in a while. Seem like he's in The Fugitive, which
Especially
is
back then, yeah.
which is really good. It's a movie with
Harrison Ford.
that I
And
think
Tommy
is
Lee
excellent.
Jones.
It's an excellent movie. But yeah, no, he pops up in for like one line. He's like, Kimbo! and
Yeah.
that's his one bit. There's even an episode of Scrubs where they have The Fugitive and they show him in that movie. and they're like, and JD's like, oh shit, it's the janitor. But everyone's like, oh no, shut up. He's not in that movie. You're an idiot. But obviously, I really like that they used that. But anyway, we're getting off topic a little bit. Major League was pretty good. Garrison would probably give it a great. I think it's good or pretty good.
I love it.
Pretty funny. Stevie, anything to add that we're not brushing on?
I barely paid attention.
To the movie or to us?
Both, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
No, very fair.
There's no crying in baseball.
That's right.
So there's not only is there a Major League 2, there's a Major League 3.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Back to the minors.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
This is a franchise.
Yeah. And the title Back to the Minors is a good name for the third one because my god.
Because it sucked?
Well, the second one is even minor. The
Yeah.
first one's major though. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I like this first one. I probably won't ever want to watch the other ones. I don't really have a desire to anyway. Maybe G-Bergs will make me watch them one day or
Never.
something.
The only other baseball movie, Summer Catch. Gotta see it. 2001.
There's-
Freddie Prinze Jr., Jessica Biel,
there's six-
Matthew Lillard.
There's 67
Matthew
baseball
Lillard!
movies.
He's so Lillardy in this. He's
And
so
There's
Lillardy.
that one. There's one with Rosie O'Donnell.
This is
Talking about
the-
Bull Durham. There's
Oh
too
yeah,
many.
Bull Durham
No,
too.
there's too many.
No, there's two more baseball rom-coms. Doug's watching.
No,
There's two more at
There's
least.
another one that Stevie wants too with Rosie O'Donnell.
But is that a rom-com?
I don't know what it is. I don't want to do
I
them though.
can't
I'm not.
remember, but it's a bunch of, actresses annoying Tom Hanks for 90 minutes.
Oh, you
like-
rated this?
It's not too long there.
Bold Haram, you wrote in. 8 Stevies you're giving this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That's my score. That's
Pissed
basically
me
my
off
score.
like
That's
the
your
other
score.
one did.
Okay, fine. I'm going 9 out of 10.
Oh, I'm going a little lower than you guys.
9 out of 10.
Wait, do we have
Birds.
anything else to add though? Well, we can rate it and then talk more about it too. Whatever. There's no rules.
What are these rules, man?
7 out of 10. I'm giving it 7.
That's
we
good
got
for me.
9?
9.
9, 7. I think Stevie said 8. That's the ratings.
79.
Mine's 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, good on that. Okay. Do we have anything else to add, or is
I
that
think
it?
that's it, man.
I think that's good. Okay. We can maybe do a goodbye dance.
Dance it out.
And maybe we'll all. My brother isn't even here, and his girlfriend isn't here, so I have the house to myself. Maybe we'll keep the stream going for a bit, do some music.
Party.
Might as well.
Why not?
And we'll just end when I feel like it.
Oh.
Anyway, Spaghetti's here. Spaghetti's back. Will you miss all the movie reviews? Welcome back, my friend.
Woo!
I'm still wearing the spider costume.
Spaghetti arms.
It's a little fucked, but it works still. It's fine. I think it's a little tangled, but that's okay. Anyway, let's move it on. Back soon. You're stepping out for another toke. You gotta get high.
Gotta do it.
As long as you keep the stream going and we get them views, that's all that matters.
Gotta do it.
Gotta get them views. Let's try to bring this up a little bit. Alright. Yeah, sure. That looks good.
Oh yeah.
We'll bring this one up too. Oh, I broke it.
Oh, no.
Well.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, Stevie. Stevie, I'm sorry. I broke this before when I
Couldn't
was
you
getting the fitting.
Technically rip off an arm on each side and you'd have the correct amount of limbs still.
You're right, because of the legs.
You
and I
have
thought about
legs.
this before, but it was already being made when I realized it. Anyway, it's too late. Let's just go.
It is what it is.
Here's the song. Stevie, bring it here. I'll give you G-Berg's movies. You're talking about the costume. You want me to bring it back? I will watch Count Me In with my brother tomorrow. Yeah, we might like it. It's a pretty interesting drumming doc.
Watch the wank off.
Yeah, I can maybe bring it to you tomorrow. I got some shit to do tomorrow, but we'll see.
Shit.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's do the goodbye song.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Oh, this is still kind of fun.
Woo!
This works still, sort of.
You gotta give it the wave. Boston Stacy.
Oh, it's completely wrong.
Oh no. It's falling
Oh
apart.
well, it's okay.
Careful.
But then I did the TikTok one today, but then... Honestly, you don't need to fix this, Stevie. I could probably figure it out. It's fine. If I need to make it...
Doug can do it.
If I need to use it again, which I probably will use it again. I just gotta put some string in it. I'll figure it out.
It's all good. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is content.
Yes. This is content, people. You wanted it, you got it. Woo! I'll be your arm. I'll be your arm.
Yeah. Use my arm. Hey! Yeah, hold this on and then we'll be like go around like that.
What's happening?
I don't know. This is a really long song. We just keep going with it.
Try to be ginger. This is art, people. Let's get the chair in here. With the arms. Swing it.
Give me some chair. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, broke some more. Let's see. enjoyed it. Thanks, buddy. Good,
Thanks for-
good reviews.
Thanks for having me,
Good
Doug.
times. Anytime, every time.
Every time.
That's with that. Boom.
Cool.
Okay, that's the end of the stream.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Let's hear it for G.